Hi, it's Emma here from JH Kids with another story time for you guys and arts and crafts attached. Today the book that we're doing is Wilfred Gordon MacDonald Partridge, written by Meme Fox and illustrated by Julie Vivaz. There once was a small boy called Wilfred Gordon MacDonald Partridge, and what's more, he wasn't very old at all. His house was next door to an old people's home, and he knew all the people who lived there. He liked Mrs. Jordan, who played the organ. He listened to Mr. Hoskin, who told him scary stories. He played with Mr. Tippet, who was crazy about cricket. He ran errands for Miss Mitchell, who walked with a wooden stick, and he adored Mr. Drysdale, who had a voice like a giant. But his favourite person of all was Miss Nancy Allison Delacourt Cooper, because she had 4 names just as he did. He called her Miss Nancy and told her all about his secrets. One day, Wilfred Gordon heard his mother and father talking about Miss Nancy. "Poor old thing," said his mother. "Why is she a poor old thing?" asked Wilfred Gordon. "Because she's lost her memory," said his father. "It isn't surprising," said his mother. "After all, she is 96. "What's a memory?" asked Wilfred Gordon. He was always asking questions. "It is something you remember," said his father. But Wilfred Gordon wanted to know more, so he called on Mrs. Jordan, who played the organ. "What's a memory?" he asked. "Something warm, my child, something warm." He called on Mr. Hosking, who told scary stories. "What's a memory?" he asked. "Something from long ago, my lad, something from long ago." He called on Mr. Tippet, who was crazy about cricket. "What's a memory?" he asked. "Something that makes you cry, my boy, something that makes you cry." He called on Mrs. Mitchell, who walked with a wooden stick. "What's a memory?" he asked. "Something that makes you laugh, my darling, something that makes you laugh." He called on Mr. Drysdale, who had a voice like a giant. "What's a memory?" he asked. "Something as precious as gold, young boy, something as precious as gold." So Wilfred Gordon went home again to look for memories for Miss Nancy, because she had lost her own. He looked for the shoebox of shells he had found long ago last summer and put them gently in a basket. He found the puppet on strings, which always made everyone laugh, and he put that in the basket too. He remembered with sadness the medal which his grandfather had given him, and he placed it gently next to the shells. Next he found his football, which was as precious as gold, and last of all, on his way to see Miss Nancy's, he went into the hen house and took a fresh, warm egg from under a hen. Then Wilfred Gordon called on Miss Nancy and gave her each thing one by one. "What a dear strange boy to bring me all these wonderful things," thought Miss Nancy. Then she started to remember. She held the warm egg and told Wilfred Gordon about the tiny speckled blue eggs she had once found in a bird's nest in her auntie's garden. She put a shell to her ear and remembered going to the beach by tram long ago and how hot she had felt in the wind her buttoned-up boots. She touched the medal and talked sadly of the big brother she had loved, who had gone to the war and never returned. She smiled at the puppet on strings and remembered that the one she had shown her sister and how she had laughed with a mouthful of porridge. She bounced the football to Wilfred Gordon and remembered the day she had met him and all the secrets they had told. and the two of them smiled and smiled because Miss Nancy's memories had been found again by a small boy who wasn't very old at all. The end. What a lovely little boy Wilfred Gordon was. He just wanted to help his friend with her memory. So he collected all those little toys and all his memories and took them to Miss Nancy to try and see if he could help her. So what we are going to do now is activity 1 is a little origami basket. I will attach the instructions on the YouTube clip and on the website so you can make your own origami basket. You might make it a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller depending on the age of the child. But that was a lot of fun and very fiddly. The next activity might be for every person in your family to go and find something that's very special for them. You can bring it back and you all sit down together and each person takes a turn talking about their memories. It's a nice opportunity at the moment with COVID and lockdown to do something fun, make everyone laugh, rather than everybody on top of each other and fighting. So talking about the good times when pre-COVID, pre-lockdown, and all the fun that we used to have. Activity 3 is decorating Miss Nancy's dress. As you can see from the front how nice and colourful Miss Nancy's dress is. So here's Miss Nancy. So this is an activity that you can do depending on the kid's age. So maybe for the young ones, I've just got the crepe paper and I've just cut it up into lines, and my little one who's nearly 2 just glued it on. She didn't do anything else, she was just picked it up and glued it on. If you've got one that's a little bit old and the fine motor skills is a bit better, you can get them to cut the crepe paper themselves, and then you could also get them to roll them into little balls and then glue it on. They can then make a pattern with it. They could do a rainbow, or they can just put the colours anywhere. So those are the 3 activities for the book Wilfred Gordon MacDonald Partridge. A lovely little boy trying to help an old lady with her memory. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.